What is happening, everybody? Welcome back to another Sunday sunset. Hopefully, you can see me here. I can't really ever tell if you guys can see me or not. Um, we got our second to last Sunday sunset here going on here in beautiful Washington State, Olympic Peninsula. Yeah, we have the sun setting over what I call flat Earth. I think this is pretty evident that it's setting over a flat plane of water. Yeah, I like starting with sunsets. The globe likes using the sun as a proof of a ball. No, it does not prove a ball. No, it doesn't necessarily prove a flat Earth. What it does show you is it's a bit complicated. But then therefore add a ball, that's crazy. That's so insane that people see the sun and they go, it's a ball? That thing's 93 million miles away? That thing's 109 times bigger than the Earth? 109 times bigger than the Earth. Woo, that's crazy. So we started, it was way over here. Now it's drastically setting farther out. And that's because the sun's moving around us and it's not the other way around. It's not the Earth moving. Not only do you not feel the Earth to move, you just don't, you don't sense it in any way, shape, or form. So we got a good sunset tonight, and yeah, we can really see it farther out than last week for sure. So let me check the chat here real quick. But next week is fall equinox, so that will be the last. That will kind of conclude my series. I was doing a series this summer called the Summer Flat Earth, and that will be the last one. So let me check the chat here. But I'll probably still come out here and do this as long as the weather is nice, and it still is. So kind of the treat here in the Pacific Northwest. It's usually like this till about the middle of October, and then it turns pretty nasty. But yeah, I just wanted to show the sun and talk about the geocentric nature. And it's one of those weird situations where the more you do it, the more you go, okay, I get that it's, not a ball. Like, it's hard to then therefore add a ball. It doesn't prove a ball. That's crazy. Flat earthers understand that. Flat earthers understand that. You get people outside and looking at what flat earthers are saying, and it goes, okay, I get it. Those pictures are a bit of they're like stick figures. I made a video recently about that. It's called Stick Figure Cosmology. You can check that out. Yeah, it does seem a bit silly. Flat Earth is not something to laugh at. I think they made the biggest mistake ever by laughing at us. The geocentric part is quite beautiful. There's a lot of musicians that like geocentrism. You can hear it in their music. You'll be kind of shocked by some of their lyrics. You're like, are they flat earthers? I don't know if they would consider themselves flat earthers, but they definitely think that this is the center of what they would call the universe, what I would call existence. I might put a list together in some of the lines for next week's episode and talk about geocentrism and the music and stuff like that. Because that's really what this is. Anytime you start talking about the sun, it lives in the, what's the center? How do you have two centers? You have a ball, and then you have, you don't really have a center. It's aheliocentric. The Earth is the center. There's the Earth, there's the water, and there's the air. Well, what are we talking about? Are we talking about the land? Is the land the center? Is the water of the land the center? Is it a plane? Okay, the water separated the waters from the waters, and it's an expanse. And that's what the horizon 100% proves. Yeah, I think the sun's movement and its angle, proves it's moving over a plane. It's pretty simple. And we're going to see it next week set even farther left from this. And then every day after next week, oh my goodness, it's going to be so far out. So drastically far out. So hopefully we get some good weather like this and we can see it. But I'll show it up here and just sit back and watch the sunset with you all. But yeah, that's what the Sunday sunsets are all about. Just sitting here and just kind of quieting ourselves and just watching the sun and asking ourselves where we are. Are we in the center of existence? The more you know that, the more you know the stage of your life, the more you can manage the stage of your life. And the more you realize that everything else is a game to manage it for you, and it's a game based off of a picture. It's a game based off of a connection of energy. It's a dimensional field. I do a series called The Shape of Numbers. It gets kind of confusing, but you'll understand that people are trying to steal the starting place of your life, and the starting place is then reset with the sun sets. And for me, I work at nights and stuff, so I'm up pretty late. Sometimes it starts for me with a sunset, and then, but it is my calming. I talked about peace last week. It is my reset for sure, and you feel that. You feel peaceful. You feel quiet. Yeah, I don't know how you do a spin. That's so crazy. And you'll type in what happens if the Earth stops spinning, and you'll see all these explanations. Like things would just freeze and things would die. And no, we don't live on a planet. We live on a plane, and nothing would happen because it isn't spinning. It would just be as it is. It is at rest with the heavens, and then the heavens are moving, shining their light on us, and then circulating the energy, and then we tap into that. And that's what they want you to do. They want you to tap into their version of creation to be your God. And, I think heaven is flat. I think God is flat. I think you should chill out and not do the God stuff. You shouldn't believing in God and all that is great, but chill out. Yeah, don't be other people's God. So yeah, I'll sit here and let you just watch this sunset and relax and reset, and we shall see you again next week for the equinox. And next week's should be drastically even farther out. So this is our last sunset of summer. Next week's sunset will be fall. It will be the first day of fall. And it's been a great summer. August was kind of rainy, but September was great. I think I'll walk the beach here. It will still probably be a light after it peaks under those trees. I'll walk the beach and I'll try to. There's a mountain that pops up. I'll show you the flat water and then I'll show you the mountain. I don't know if you can see it that well on the phone here, but yeah. I think this is good to do from time to time. If you've never done it, if you've never gone out and watched sunsets, you got to do it. You're missing out. It's really cool. I'm not the biggest hippie in the world, but I understand why people do the hippie thing. It's great therapy. It is the best. I joke around and say if there's one thing flat earthers don't need, it's BetterHelp. You see those ads for therapy. Flat earthers don't need that. Flat earthers have this, and we don't necessarily live on a computer all the time. You got to go out and see the earth. We used to call it Christian creationism, the early flat earthers, and because that's what it is. Now it's known as kind of biblical cosmology on the Christian side, but which is fine. I don't have a problem with that branding. I just we used to call it Christian creationism because you got to go outside, you got to see it, and then you'll kind of understand what we're saying. But walk the beach here and see if Mount Baker is out. It should be. And we'll look at this water here. I don't know how far that shoreline is over there. It would be fun to do a curvature test. I don't think it's long enough. It's not really worth doing a curvature test if it's not 3 miles. Out here, this channel here is quite windy, so I don't know. I like measuring slope, just like the same way you would do it on the land, and you need some pretty calm water for that. But as far as like vision tests and things like that, yeah, it's far enough to see that it's not curved, but it's the horizon line. It's not like open ocean, so you don't see like a flat horizon line. So I think that's the best. Go to a lake or go to the ocean. Yeah, is the best place to really see flat Earth. A mountain is great too. You see that horizon line on a mountain. I climbed a mountain about a month ago again, and it was so cloudy up there, and I didn't release any of the footage because you couldn't really see anything. But yeah, here is there's clouds in front of you can't see the mountain today, but it wraps around this bend here. But yeah, here's the water. So when you do curvature tests, you always see above and beyond the thing you're looking at. So when you're looking at the water, it can be a bit tricky. That's why they do the whole camera thing with the zoom, because they'll say that's the drop. It's not. You can measure it. If you just ran a string from 2 buoys, make like a mast, and then put a level under your mast, and you're not going to ever have that level need to be dipped. It's going to be level the whole way. So that's the way how I like to think of it. But yeah, you can see here. Here's a little seagull. But yeah, it's perfectly flat. Tides coming in, and it's flat when the tide's in, when the tide's out. That's about a 6. Let's say it's like a 6-foot tide most of the time. And they say the tide's because it wobbles, because of the spin and all that, and the moon, and they don't really know. what causes the tide. So on flat Earth, we don't really know. You know, it's obviously the speculation is the whirlpool at the North Pole. There's some sort of ocean below us. Richard Byrd talked about it. He talked about it as if it's like pretty obvious. He said there's a ocean below us. What does that mean? I don't know. Is it a waterfall? And then does it breathe in and breathe out? I don't know how it works. But yeah, that's where I want to go. But people are going to the Antarctica. As far as proving it's not a ball, yeah, pretty easy. If you got a chance to go to Antarctica to prove it, but that's super controlled. I like my measurement, my buoy measurement thing. I get censored like crazy for that one. I don't know if it would do it for people though. That's what's crazy about this conversation. Like I tell people about it and they just, whatever, they don't really care. You do the whole zoom in on the bottom of the boat. They like to do that one. I think that proves you're not seeing a curve. You're seeing the bottom of the boat at 3 miles. And then they always go, well, it's not far enough away. And then when it is far enough away, okay, there are times you do see kind of, I've seen at 5 miles, I've seen the bottom of the boat. Now it's very blurry. But you do see above and beyond the thing you are looking at. That's just the way the eyes work. And the water like works as like a mirror. And I don't know, you just see more the water beyond that, beyond that, beyond that. I see these mountains here. These mountains, I don't know how far away they are, but they're quite a ways away. They're, you know, it takes at least 45 minutes to get to the mountain I go to. Just to like the town of that. I don't know. But yeah, that's Sunday sunset, and we'll see you next week for fall equinox, and that will conclude our summer of flat Earth. Next week it will be officially fall, but hope to see you guys next week.